to be honest, I was a bit disappointed with the language because I think policing is a provincial responsibility as well. So to suggest that these are fishing holes or that photo radar is a cash cow sort of calls, I think, the integrity of the police organizations into question. I saw the announcement there, and the transportation minister looked like up in Edmonton where they deploy photo radar over top of the, right? And so it's interesting. We only had 8 sites on all of Stony Trail in Calgary anyway, so this will be a big impact for us. And we'd be happy to redeploy into places like construction zones and that type of thing. It's interesting when you start looking at enforcement on those roadways. The traffic is moving very fast, and so when you stop a car with enforcement with police officers out on whether it's Stony or Deerfoot or whatever, you get some sense of how vulnerable you can feel out on that roadway. And I can tell you that in a city with 4 seasons, we recently had that snowstorm that we had, I think, back in October. We had 2 police cars wiped off of the ring road in different places there by vehicles that were going by that either weren't paying attention or slid off and totaled our police cars. Officers were super lucky not to have been hurt there. So I think there's a lot more to automated enforcement than is really being captured in the debate. But nevertheless, we have them off. That was, as of December 1st, we have them off the ring road, and we're happy to redeploy them to areas where they make sense and to work with the province. But the language was a bit provocative. So basically, when we talk about traffic enforcement, there's sort of 3 segments to it. There's automated enforcement, so photo radar. There is the tickets that officers issue, so officer-generated tickets, and then also intersection safety cameras. So those are really the 3 sort of faces of traffic enforcement. And so really important, like road safety, traffic safety is public safety, and that's always polls really high with Calgarians in terms of their concerns. Road traffic safety is always high. But the numbers are down partly because, during COVID and kind of through the pandemic, numbers of cars on the road were down. Officers tried to have less contact, mandatory alcohol screening, those types of things were suspended, trying not to spread the virus. And then with the restrictions that were placed on automated enforcement in terms of the, marking the vehicles, I would say these days, if you get caught by photo radar, you should probably get a distracted driving ticket because you're probably not paying attention. But at the end of the day, though, it's about traffic safety, and so if that's slowing people down, then it's having the desired effect.